What it do, everybody? What it do? Tune on in, tune on in. Tune on in, tune on in. How y'all doing today, guys? How y'all doing today? We're going to be talking about the wisdom learned from this new movie, Avatar. There's a lot of wisdom to be taken from this movie. I've watched it, I loved it, and I really hope to provide a different perspective when you go watch it, or if you've already watched it, or just teach you some things that you might have not have taken it away. Now, I did do it off of shrooms. I'm gonna be real with you guys. You know, I took, I can't remember how much I took, but I took some shrooms. First time I went with somebody. I don't really like going to the movies with people. I honestly like going to the movies by myself. Always have, always will. And I went with somebody, so the experience was a little not like it was supposed to be, or like it was supposed to be, but different than the second time I watched it by myself. And I learned so many great things. One of my favorite things in the movie is just how sacred everything is. They view everything as sacred. Their connection to every animal, their connection to every plant, you know, the water, the sky, everything is sacred. It is viewed with this beautiful respect, right? Imagine having conscious respect and love with every living thing, which is everything. Imagine moving throughout your life with that. Peace and love. Peace, family. Peace and love, family. Love what you do. You know? Imagine having that with everyone you see and everything that you see. I'm talking everything. To your car, to your... everything you can think of, right? Because everything has energy, so everything is alive. Okay? You can feed everything energy and you're going to get it right back. It's almost like a vending machine where you put in a token of love and a token of love comes out. Oh, thanks. Right? These are reminders that you can get from that movie. Seeing everything as sacred, because everything is sacred. You feel the energy, but the energy doesn't have to penetrate into you. Okay? The energy does not have to penetrate into you. You can be aware of it and not be affected by it. You understand? So, thank you. Hello, blessings, Hamilton Radio 1. Blessings. Blow Tree. Sip Tea Blow Tree. I love that name. Yeah. Sip Tea Blow Tree. I love that name. Yep, watch this. Nice jacket. For sure. So this movie, man, it showed me so many things. The mushroom medicine showed me so many things. One of the main things that I learned, though, and I'm just going to go straight to it. One of the main things that I learned and that I felt and that I saw after the movie, mind you, I had went at the latest time. So 11:30, it's 3 hours. I'm out at 3 o'clock. And so these are already the witchy hours, guys. If you want to make anything happen into your subconscious, if you want to get into contact with your spiritual self, you always want to do it around this time. Okay, Avatar 2 to be exact. Avatar 2. So, sorry, my mustache is itchy, man. I need to cut it. One of the main things that I learned is that this earth is the one that is dying very quickly. Okay, because after the movie, I was able to feel this earth's pain. I was able to feel it. It was super heavy on my heart. As soon as me and my friend split ways, it was just like I just broke down crying. And it was very, very heavy on my heart. And the only thing that I could say, mind you, I'm off the shrooms and it's already 3 o'clock at this point. So this not even me. I'm just, spirits just coming through me at this point. But I feel I'm very sensitive to the emotions and the energy of the earth. and I felt like this pain that's not like a sharp pain, but it's like a dull, like heavy pain, like, you know. And the only thing that I could say was, you know, I feel your pain, I feel your pain, I see your pain, I see your pain. And I was doing that like the whole ride home, bro. It was a trip. And definitely one of my greatest of trips, I would say. But I was being called to sense this urgency that people are dying rapidly. Y'all think everything is chill and cool? Nah, people are dying at a rapid fucking pace. I'm so serious about this. The past couple of years, people have been dying at a very rapid pace. It got to a point where I think they put out an article that said, for the first time ever this year, the roles switched. There are now less people, or there are now more people dying than there are people being born. Who the fuck wants to have a baby in this economy? Who the fuck wants to have a baby? I know so many people don't want to have a baby because of the state of the earth, because of the state of the economy, because of their bills, their trauma, blah, blah, blah. So people are freezing. So there's a lot of death going on, not to just highlight the death, but to give me the urgency to realize this. Because I had known, but I didn't have that urgency. So having that trip helped me have that urgency. Like, oh wait, people are really dying. People are really suffering. And the people around me give me that confirmation, especially my spiritual coach. That was a trip of a meeting, but all of this was from this movie just being like reignited. And another thing that I loved is just the respect they have for other clans. And then when they met each other, they would go like this: I see you. Going to their third eye and saying, I see you. So I don't just see you, I see you, your spiritual self. I see your energy. I see you who you really are, right? I don't just see your title. I don't just see your physical, but I see beyond that. So I thought that was beautiful as fuck. I see you. Why do we do that? And why do we say hello? And we shake hands. Like, no, hell is not low. You say hi to me, don't say hello, say hi. You know? There's so much wisdom to be taken away from this. So much wisdom to be taken away from this. People talk about fluoride all the time. Fluoride this, fluoride that, about the pineal gland and calcification. Yeah, that's cool, but a lot of people don't realize your diet is giving you the fucking calcification in your pineal gland. Your stuffy noses is giving you your sinus problems, those allergies you call your nose always being stuffed up. That's calcifying your pineal gland more than the fucking fluoride. The fluoride, yeah, of course, we should not be ingesting that, because that's what you're doing when you're putting anything in your mouth. You're ingesting it. But our diets, our transverse colon, the top part of the colon. If we look at the colon like a U, like this middle part translates to the head, translates to like the sinus. So a stuffy gut, or stuffy nose is a stuffy gut. Man. But this movie, guys, I highly recommend everybody to see it. I highly recommend everybody to see it. There's this part where there's a shaman. I'm not even gonna ruin the movie because it's so fucking long. But there's a part where this woman has this traumatic experience and it leads to a seizure. Okay, she had this very emotional experience with losing her mom, very traumatic experience that still sits in her deeply. And so she had a seizure in the water. They had to bring her back onto shore. And there was a shaman woman. Well, first they got all the medical equipment out, did their stupid ass test and whatever they stick you with, right? IVs, or what do they do at the hospital? IVs, shit in your nose, shit in your this and that, right? And the shaman comes with all her stuff and she gets in the tent like, oh, you already have y'all stuff. And the queen, what's her name? Zoe Saldana, basically, that's, I don't know her how to say her name. She's like, no, you're the shaman, like you should be doing this, you should be basically like curing her. And she's like, well, tell that shit to move. And so she goes in there and yells, always down there. She goes in there and yells and like scares everybody away, like, get your shit out of here, you ain't doing nothing. And so she comes in with her tools and she has this needle and she's going along the colon, down like the abdominal, and she's like picking these points, and she's going to it, like basically sucking up the energy, and she like blows it out. And she goes and does that in different parts of her abdominal. And of course, fair enough, she starts waking up and she starts instantly just crying, bawling. So I had an experience like this. It gave me confirmation that the old traumas that we experienced, those old self-limiting beliefs, those really, really deep subconscious thoughts, they are controlled in the gut. They are stored in the gut. That movie plus my experience through this breathwork experience that I did it twice this year. And every time it was this orchestrated breath work where I'm only breathing through my mouth for 2 hours. And it's fast, it's slow, it's held, it's, it's really orchestrated, and there's music along with it. So it's like, I compare it to ayahuasca experience, but only with the breath. It's such a trip. But there I was able to remove a lot of subconscious trauma, just childhood trauma that I had. I had it during those experiences, or I removed a lot during those experiences. And so I knew that a lot of trauma was being held in the intestines, to be specific, and a reproductive. But this movie, Avatar 2, that part with the shaman, that just amplified that confirmation that I got months ago. So there's a lot of wisdom to be learned from this movie. There's a lot of toxic things in the movie, for sure. Like I'm starting to despise the main character. What's his name? Jake Sully or some shit like that. Because they show a lot of toxic fatherhood, a lot of colonial fatherhood tactics, The children have to earn his respect, and basically towards the end of the movie, he finally says to his son, like, I'm proud of you, basically. Like, I see you, right? And he always complains throughout the entire movie, I'm never seen, I'm the outcast. And I'm like, all these toxic ass fatherhood traits that they taught us, it's disgusting. I hate it. So I'm starting to despise a little bit of the main character that they make in that movie. But basically everything else is beautiful. They have to tell you the truth. For sure. They have to tell you the truth. Everywhere there's a lie, there's truth in it. Lies are usually just truth, just very, very expanded and added with a bunch of bullshit on top. But when you clean off all the bullshit, it reveals the truth. So for sure. But other than that, the movie is beautiful. I watched it in 3D off of shrooms with the biggest screen that I've ever seen in my life. So it was a whole ass experience. Another part is the breath work that they talked about. The breath work, they actually, during the movie, they have to, I'm ruining some of the movie, but I don't really care because you have to hear this. During the movie, you have to learn how to breathe underwater, essentially. You have to learn how to distribute your oxygen underwater. And that's very important. It taught me, or it helped me reignite that remembrance that the breath is life, guys. Okay, the breath is life. You can have your life going very fast in survival mode, or you can have your life going slow and chill. Okay, you can either have the bunny energy, you can have the turtle energy. Okay, and all of that is controlled by the breath. Okay, all of that is controlled by the breath. All right, if you're breathing, you're going to be in survival mode, fight or flight, that bunny energy, you're going to survive, right? Or you can be the opposite and be very present and be very, there's times for both of them, of course. But living your life in the majority of survivalism, of this fight or flight, this hustle culture, you know, that will burn you out very quickly. And that's what we've been on for the past how many hundreds of years, or thousands of years, some can argue. It's different parts of the world. So for the Europeans, y'all been at it for thousands of years. For the rest of us, it's only been, you know, definitely a lot less. But we all got work to do. We all got work to do in controlling our nervous system again. Okay, controlling our nervous system again. Our nervous systems have been compromised. You understand what I'm saying, family? Our nervous system has been compromised. That's why we are able to run 1,000,000 miles per hour in survival mode when there's nothing to survive from. We should be a thriving people, a thriving species. We should not be focused on survivalism. Okay? Our nervous system has been compromised by the food they give us. Okay? Because the nervous system that runs your day-to-day life is your autonomic nervous system. That's ran by the intestines and the adrenal glands and the kidneys, in my opinion. So you understand, family, that what you feed your gut is how you're going to move throughout the day. That's why, depending on what you feed your gut, you're going to have 2 different temperaments. If you go to a Waffle House, you're going to see a different temperament than what you see at your neighborhood juice bar. Okay? Not to knock either or, but just understand the awareness. Have the awareness of the temperament of the people. Okay? One is going to be heightened, one is going to be lowered. Okay? Based off the food that you are putting in. Based off of how your gut is feeling, basically. That's why I call it the first brain of the body. Because this gut feeds this gut. It's not the other way around. We don't eat and it comes up here and then it goes down there. We eat and it goes down there first and then it goes everywhere else. That's how it works. So what you feed your gut is what the rest of your body is going to, you know, be a product of. Okay? So taking control over our nervous system again. Our nervous system in our gut is our autonomic nervous system. Autonomic meaning automatic. It's what you're automatically going to do without you even having to think about it up here. You see what I'm saying, family? It's how you go about your day-to-day life. So to take control over your autonomic, breath is an important one. I talk about this in my academy, Life in Nature. I talked about this in our last lesson. When you breathe properly and you expand your belly, a lot of people don't belly breathe. A lot of people breathe with just their chest. Okay, nobody expands their belly. So their belly is like basically locked. It's not being controlled at all. There's no flow. Right? Our chest is always at a flow like this. Right? In and out, in and out. Our belly should be the same exact way. Okay? And when you do that, it works almost as like a pump to all the systems. It works as a pump to all the systems. Okay, the nervous system, your electricity. Things are going to be working better. Right? The lymphatic system starts opening it up. It starts having that flow. It starts getting eliminated. Your waste, your mucus, all the nasties. Right? Your blood too. It allows for blood flow to come in and out freely. Okay? When you are expanding your gut, you're breathing from your gut. They say that in the movie too. She said, breathe from down here. Because the boy was like this. She's like, no, breathe from down here. Expand the belly first. When you do that, then he was able to fucking basically breathe underwater. And we can do the same shit. We can stay underwater for hella long. We lost that knowledge, but we can always remember it. And I feel like we are remembering it now. But breathing through the gut, guys, is very, very important. All right, especially if you have anxiety, especially if you have some nerve problem, depression, okay? Slowing down and breathing through your gut. If you go back to, I think it's either my last 1, 2, or 3 videos, I have a one of those posts where I'm just like, stop, breathe with me real quick, and we do three different breaths. One is, the next is, right? And it's very slow. We're doing it very slow and steady. And then the last one is in through your nose and out through your nose. Okay, and that'll control kind of everything. All right, guys. I'm going to hop off. I got some things to do. I appreciate you guys. If you want to go check out our herbs, lifetheplantway.com. If you want to go check out the Academy, Life in Nature, it's a certified academy. You become a certified holistic healer, learning how to heal yourself first, going through the experience, and then sharing it with others. That is the plan. Okay, guys? Appreciate you guys. Have a great one.